Have you ever wondered if an old coin sitting in your collection could be worth more than you think? Today, we are looking at two fascinating European coins with interesting histories: the France 10 euro cent from 1999 and the Germany 10 Pfennig from 1974. The French 10 euro cent is an early Euro-era issue featuring the famous Sauer design, while the German 10 Pfennig comes from the Deutsche Mark period and features the classic oak leaf design. But here is the big question. Are these coins actually rare, and what could they be worth in today's market? We will examine their dates, designs, mint marks, condition, rarity, and estimated values in US dollars. We will also look at why condition and genuine minting errors can make a major difference to a coin's collector value. So, if you have either of these coins, stay with us until the end and let's find out what makes these two small coins so interesting to collectors. Coin number 1. Have you ever wondered whether a France 10 euro cent coin dated 1999 in very fine condition could be hiding surprising value in your collection? At first glance, this small golden coin looks like an ordinary piece of euro currency, but for coin collectors around the world, early euro issues have become an interesting part of modern numismatic history. The France 10 euro cent 1999 was struck before euro coins officially entered circulation in 2002, because member countries needed enough coins prepared in advance. This makes the 1999 date historically important even though the coin itself is not extremely rare. The coin is made from Nordic gold, an alloy containing copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin that gives it its distinctive golden color while containing no actual gold. It weighs 4.10 grams, measures 19.75 millimeters in diameter, and features a smooth, well-balanced design that has remained popular among collectors. On the obverse, you can see the famous image of the Sauer, originally created by Oscar Rodi and later adapted by Laurent Joriot. The graceful female figure walking forward while scattering seeds represents the French Republic, progress, hope, and the nation's agricultural heritage. Around the design are the 12 stars of the European Union, symbolizing unity among European nations. The reverse displays the common euro design created by Luc Louix, showing the value of 10 euro cent beside a map of Europe, a design that became familiar across the Eurozone after the currency's launch. The France 10 euro cent 1999 had a very large mintage of approximately 447.3 million pieces, meaning it is common in circulated grades and easy for collectors to find. Because of this enormous production, the coin is generally not considered a rare circulation issue despite its early date. However, collectors still enjoy owning it. If your coin is graded very fine, it should still display clear details on the Sauer's clothing, facial features, and the lettering around the edge, although moderate wear will be visible on the highest points. The reverse should also retain readable inscriptions and a recognizable European map with some light circulation marks. Today, the market value of a normal France 10 euro cent 1999 in very fine condition is usually between $60 and $75, depending on collector demand and where it is sold. Coins in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can often sell for around $79 to $92, while brilliant uncirculated examples in official sets may bring even higher prices. Certified high-grade specimens can command premium values because flawless modern euro coins are much harder to preserve than circulated examples. Most ordinary circulated coins remain close to face value because millions were produced, but exceptional preservation always increases collector interest. Some collectors also search for minting errors, including off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual manufacturing mistakes. Genuine mint errors are much scarcer than standard coins and can sometimes be worth tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the rarity and condition of the error. It is important to remember that many online listings advertise ordinary 1999 France 10 euro cent coins for unrealistic prices, but asking prices are not. Look at completed sales, professional grading, originality, and I appeal before determining a coin's real market value. When examining your own coin, avoid cleaning it because cleaning removes the natural surface and often lowers collector value. Store the coin in a protective holder away from moisture, fingerprints, and dust to preserve its condition for the future. Although the France 10 euro cent 1999 very fine coin is not considered a major rarity, Remains an attractive and historically important collectible that marks the birth of the euro currency. Its elegant artwork, historical significance, and strong connection to the creation of the European Monetary Union ensure that it will continue to attract collectors for years to come. If your example is well preserved or has an authentic mint error, it could be worth significantly more. Coin number 2. Have you ever found an old German 10-Pfennig coin and wondered whether a small piece of the former Deutsche Mark could be worth more than its face value today? The Germany 10-Pfennig from 1974 is an interesting coin for collectors because its age, mint mark, condition, and variety can all affect its desirability and market value. This coin belongs to the Federal Republic of Germany circulation series and was produced at several German mints, including D, F, G, and J. The 1974 issues were not all produced in the same quantities, which makes the mint mark an important detail to check when examining your coin. For example, available catalog information records around 15.7 million examples for the 1974 D, about 18.1 million for the 1974 F, approximately 10.45 million for the 1974 G, and about 16.06 million for the 1974 J circulation issues. The 10-Pfennig denomination was a familiar part of everyday German commerce during the Deutsche Mark era, and coins from this period remain popular with people who collect German currency, world coins, and historical European money. On the obverse, the coin carries the denomination 10-Pfennig together with the German oak leaf design, while the reverse features the federal eagle and the inscription Bundesrepublik Deutschland with the date 1974. The design is simple, but that simplicity is part of what makes these coins attractive to collectors because it clearly represents the ordinary money used in West Germany during the 1970s. When looking at a 1974 10-Pfennig in fine condition, it is important to understand that age alone does not automatically make the coin rare or extremely valuable. Fine condition generally means that the coin has experienced noticeable circulation, with some wear on the higher parts of the design, but the main lettering, date, denomination, and overall details remain identifiable. Scratches, discoloration, dents, cleaning, corrosion, and heavy wear can reduce collector appeal, while a coin with attractive, original surfaces and stronger details may be more desirable. Current catalog indications show relatively modest values for ordinary 1974 circulation examples, with the exact amount depending heavily on the mint and grade. For instance, catalog data lists the 1974 J around $68 to $80 across the listed circulated grades, and the 1974 J around $78 to $95 in the grades shown. These figures should be treated as guide values rather than guaranteed selling prices because actual market prices can vary according to condition, eye appeal, demand, seller, buyer, and whether the coin has an unusual variety or error. This is especially important when videos or online posts claim that an ordinary 1974 German 10-Pfennig is automatically worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Such claims should be approached carefully because a normal circulated example is generally worth much less. The most interesting possibilities are usually connected with unusual minting characteristics, exceptional preservation, proof examples, or authenticated errors rather than simply the date 1974. The mint mark is therefore one of the first things you should check. A small letter near the date identifies the mint that produced the coin. D represents Munich, F represents Stuttgart, G represents Karlsruhe, and J represents Hamburg. Because production numbers differed between these mints, the same 1974 date can have different collector interest depending on the letter found on the coin. The 1974 G is particularly interesting to examine because its recorded circulation mintage was about 10.45 million, lower than the D, F, and J circulation issues listed for the year. However, lower mintage does not automatically mean a coin is rare in the marketplace, since surviving quantities and collector demand also matter. If your coin is in fine condition, a realistic expectation for an ordinary example is usually a modest collector value, often only a small amount above face value conversion. When sold individually, a substantially higher price would normally require something special, such as an unusually high grade, a scarce variety, a genuine mint error, or strong collector demand. Proof versions also exist for the 1974 date, with catalog records showing separate proof production of 35,000 pieces for the listed mint varieties. These proof coins are different from ordinary circulation pieces and should not be confused with a normal fine-condition coin. If you are checking one of these coins at home, avoid polishing or aggressively cleaning it because cleaning can leave scratches or unnatural surfaces and may make the coin less attractive to collectors. Instead, examine it under good lighting, identify the date and mint mark, look closely at the oak leaves and eagle details, and compare the overall condition with reliable coin references. It is also useful to remember that a catalog estimate is not the same thing as a guaranteed cash offer. Numismatic price guides themselves describe their figures as indicative values, based on evaluations and online sales rather than fixed buying prices. So, if you own a Germany 10 Pfennig 1974 in fine condition, the best approach is to identify the exact mint mark first and then evaluate the coin's condition and any unusual characteristics. For a normal circulated example without an error or special variety, the current guide values suggest that this is more of an interesting historical collectible than a major. When the Deutsche Mark was the country's currency and the 10 Pfennig denomination was part of ordinary daily transactions. For collectors, the real attraction comes from studying the differences between mint marks, production numbers, grades, varieties, and surviving examples. So before you spend or sell your 1974 Germany 10 Pfennig, take a close look at that tiny mint letter and the condition of the coin. A normal fine condition piece may have only a modest dollar value, but a different mint, exceptional preservation, proof status, or authenticated error can make the story much more interesting. If you enjoy discovering old coins and learning what determines their value, this 1974 German 10 Pfennig is a perfect example of why